Ready.
Hi, Max. Hi, Wes. It's Gma here, and I'm going to read you a story. And I also have some of my friends with me. You know Clifford, the big red dog. And we also have Curious George with us today. And they're going to listen to the story, and I'm guessing maybe you're snuggled with your foxies. Well, I'm going to read one of my new favorite stories called Iggy, Peck, Architect. And maybe you already know who an architect is, but I'm going to tell you anyways. An architect is someone who's very creative in his or her mind and thinks of ways to build buildings and bridges and all cool things out of neat materials. So that's just a little clue of the book, Iggy, Peck, Architect. Snuggle in. Here's a clue to the story, Iggy, Peck, Architect. And this page shows you the main character, Iggy, and some tools an architect might use when planning a building or a bridge. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. "Good gracious, Ignatius," his mother exclaimed. "That's the coolest thing I've seen." But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past, and she realized those diapers weren't clean. "Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty. It stinks." But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn, using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples, and temples from modeling clay. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye, and out on the porch built the St. Louis Arch from pancakes and coconut pie. Iggy's so clever. Dear Ig had made it until 2nd grade when his teacher was Miss Lila Greer. On the very first day, she had this to say: "We do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I couldn't care less about buildings ancient or new." She said in her lecture about architecture that it had no place in grade 2. That might seem severe, but she was sincere, for when she was no more than 7, she had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Lila got lost from her group. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator, eating cheese with a French circus troupe. After that day, it's quite safe to say, she thought all building lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that above all one ought to avoid them. No ifs, ands, or buts. As you might guess, it would cause Iggy stress to hear such terrible talk. But he didn't hear. He sat in the rear while building a castle of chalk. Pretty cool building. Oh, she has something to say about that. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build it in here. Is that perfectly clear? Do you need to see Principal How? No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head, and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. After 12 long days that passed in a hazing of reading, writing, and arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. Now that sounds fun. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream. But they no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed, and Miss Lila Greer started to scream. We're trapped here, oh my, alas, kids, goodbye. Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound. Luckily, she fainted, not dead. Let's see what happens. Lots to look at on this page. The class was amazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan, which started with Miss Lila's shoe. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. And when she came to, Miss Lila Greer knew that something quite brave had been done. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces. And on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling young faces. Oops, more to read on this page. Boots, tree roots and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which one should not mention, were stretched ridge to ridge in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. It all became clear to Miss Lila Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. She's changed her mind. Now, every week at Blue River Cross Elementary in 2nd grade, all the kids can hear with Miss Lila Greer how the world's greatest bridges were made. The weekly guest speaker, in a t-shirt and sneakers, talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, you know, He's the guy who builds towers from pie. That brilliant young man, Iggy Peck. The end. I hope you enjoyed me reading it to you as much as I'm enjoying reading it to you. But wait, Curious George wants to say something. Curious George says he likes Iggy Peck, but he likes books that are all about him the best. So maybe next time we could read a Curious George book. What do you guys think? Hey, I think it's probably time to snuggle in your beds with Foxy and have sweet dreams so that tomorrow you'll have a wonderful day. Love you. Bye-bye.